Hello, everyone. Katie's on. Hi. Come in. Let me see if we have anybody else leader-wise waiting on. Give everybody a couple more minutes here. Okay. Got Jen, Katie. I'm missing a page. Give everybody a little bit more time. I know there's supposed to be a lot more people getting on. How's your weeks going? Thumbs up. Good, 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 good. Love to hear it, love to hear it. There's Addie. Hello, hello. Where is everybody? Katie, Jen, Addie, you might message your coaches and tell them to get on if you want to. I'm missing quite a few people, I think. Yeah, 61 in the group, and we have 16 people on. You must put a message in the group. There's Kate. Is Kate coming on? Addie? Okay.
I think so.
Okay.
Yes, she is. She was fixing dinner and then gonna hop on.
Okay. Who else, leader? Sam's not gonna make it. Everybody? Kate, Jen, Addie? I think so. Somebody's got a lot of background. Is that me? Who's Jess? I'm trying to mute Jess and I can't. Jess! I'm trying. Like you're the only one I can't mute and I think it's you. I can't get it. You might have to do it yourself. Okay, we can get started. Kate, Addie, Katie, Jen, I might need your help. I don't really know what we want to do tonight. other than kind of help with some conversations. We didn't really plan anything out. We're kind of spontaneously rock this little Zoom chat. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Do you guys have any feedback on the group so far? If it's helping or what you'd like more of? I know we posted that this weekend, but I'd love to hear some feedback if anybody has anything they want to add or share. Or not. Somebody has wine. I need to go grab a glass of wine. I'm like, I can actually freaking have wine now. So exciting. Cassandra loves all the insight and new ideas. I love it. Thank you. I hope it's helping. So question, has anybody signed coaches? I know we have that ring the bell thing. Has anybody signed coaches or gotten a step closer to diamonds since the group started? Hand raised? No? 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 Okay, so that's the issue, right? Olga, raise your hand. Yay! So what do you think? I know for me, like talking to new coaches, if you've been, losing coaches like Cassandra or, kind of at this plateau, there's something that you're not doing.
So I'll go because it's quiet. And I can't not talk. So, I signed a coach that, I've signed 3 coaches that have told me they're gonna work. One of them, I'm pretty sure isn't active, even though she's active in our chat. The other one says she wants to do it, but her struggle's really her own personal journey. And I'm relating to that because I seem to have kind of like not lost track, but focused on working instead of my own journey. So I didn't want her to make that mistake. So we've taken it really slow. But then I have a new person who's a really good friend, and she gets me. We're pretty similar. So she's like, I need to know everything you know. I'm like, oh, man, I'm still learning. So for me, it's I need to know not only the conversations of how to coach somebody, but then, aside from that welcome coach email and go to, Luxe Republic coach's website, like what else so I don't make her feel like you're on your own? Because I don't want her to ever feel like that. You know what I mean? I think I kind of struggle with that. And I don't want to be, I don't want to be as intense as I was either.
For me, it's all about those vital behaviors. I mean, when we were working together and you were getting started, it was, how many conversations are you starting today? How many posts are you getting in today? Are you doing your personal development? Did you do your workout? Did you drink your shake? And,
right.
And I think that if you really focus in on those vital behaviors, inviting being one of the major ones, and then growing her knowledge of the products with the Shea Stanford videos and the 15 probing questions and different things like that, that's what you were given. And
yep.
I mean, Success Club 10, basically 3 months in a row, that's no joke. So I'm proud of you. And I think I think you all know more than you give yourselves credit for. There is no perfect blueprint by any means. It's, this woman, Kristen, how she's going to operate, how she's not going to operate. And if you make mistakes, that's why she's your friend first and foremost, is that you can backtrack and figure out how to make it right.
Yeah, we had a good talk yesterday, and I actually mentioned the same 3 things that you just did. You need to watch this video and that video, and then you need to focus on these behaviors. And we're gonna do it together in the beginning, and then I know she's gonna do. I need more of her. I need more people like her. So that was me.
So I'm back. My Wi-Fi hates me. Sucks. Who else? Kylie, did you want to say something? I saw your thing in the chat too, if that's what you were going to talk about. Let me unmute you. Yeah, you're good now. Nope, you just muted yourself. Hang on.
I always do that.
Touch anything.
I'm gonna sit on my hands. I have so many more prospects as far as coaching goes, which is exciting. But I really feel like it's funny because I was talking to Kate a couple weeks ago about, because I lost 2 coaches, but they were not ready, and they were not Kylie's. And so we were talking about that, but this group has helped me gain so much confidence I've got so many people lined up to start next month or in June coaching under me. And so I've gained so much, not just knowledge, but confidence in once they join, I'm ready to train them. Whereas the 2 girls that I had join my team at the beginning of this month, I was not ready for that yet. It was too much, too fast. So yeah, like I'm really excited, and especially once I hit diamond, and I'm going to do another diamond post tonight because I got my t-shirt today. Whoop, whoop. So that's really gotten a lot of people asking questions, and that's exciting. So, it's also given me that confidence to do more coaching invite posts and invite more people to coach. Once you hit diamond, it helps. But this group helped a lot more than just hitting rank. Like, this group is amazing.
So what do you think it's been the most that has caused you to gain more, like you said, more prospects? What have you changed to have more prospects in your funnel?
I think once I hit diamond, it gave me more confidence to post about my lifestyle change as far as the entrepreneurship goes. So I've been posting, and then Kate's been really helpful with that too, because like today I went on my hike mid-afternoon on a Monday, so I posted it. And 2 people were like, what? And then I've also been really diving into Instagram. So like I've just been inviting like crazy on Instagram. It's hard because everybody on Instagram is a coach.
Yeah.
But if you give it the time, I've found at least 3 people that I've already sent videos to, so they're interested. And it's just a matter of following up. So I think the confidence I got helped me post more about being a full-time coach and an entrepreneur, but also this group giving me the knowledge to actually have a conversation with people about what it's like and what's involved.
I love that.
Yes.
Anybody else want to share anything? Or I don't even know what was said after
I have a question about conversation. So like very, very, very basic conversation. When you go to a new person's page, I'm struggling with not just like, so going through like their profile picture and their cover photo and trying to find something I can relate to where it's not like I just looked at the top 3 posts that they've had, but like making a deeper connection with them. But then I find myself, I'm spending 10 to 15 minutes on each person's page trying to find a connection. And so, well, how do you start those conversations more than just, I love your profile picture of your kids, or is that where you start? And then how do you get the conversation to go deeper? Because I feel like it's a very superficial conversation and I'm not getting it to go deeper.
Well, I mean, somebody else can chime in too, but for me, like I've been, adding, that's good enough. It's super dark now. Are you going to turn on that overhead? Cut that. I've been adding new people, and then I track their name, write down their name, and then I go to their page, and I'll, like on my Sonnet tracker, I'll put in the notes, I'll do 2 likes and 2 comments. So I'll like a couple pictures and then comment on a couple pictures. I'm not necessarily messaging them randomly every single time. I do sometimes, but I'm always interacting with them because those people that I'm interacting with every single day are going to remember my name more often and see me more in the news feed. So when I am doing my posts like I should be, they're more likely to reach out or comment on them, and then I reach out to them and say, hey, thanks for commenting on my post. Are you on your health and fitness journey too, or something like that? That makes sense?
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I never even thought about liking and commenting that. Because then I feel like that does create a little bit more of a relationship.
It does. And I'm all over commenting on all the posts. Like, oh my gosh, your daughter's adorable. Or, oh, I love your outfit or your hair. It's like on Instagram where you're supposed to leave a comment and tell them they look good and then say something else. You know what I mean? It's the same. So that's what I've been doing more of. I don't know if anybody else does something different or has any other ideas on that.
I do the same thing. I'm a liking and commenting fool. And then I'll send them a personal message if their post really connected with me, and just tell them that. I try to tell them things that I see about them and how their posts make me feel, so that it is deep because it actually is deep.
Yeah.
It's not deep because I want it to be. It just is.
And I think that's the benefit of also adding people who you already have something in common with. Like you go to the groups and add from a specific group of people, you know what I mean? Like stay-at-home moms or multi-poo puppies, you know, like whatever it is, whatever groups you're in, but adding from those, that way you already have this instant connection of some sort, you know what I mean? That helps. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, that was perfect.
Okay. Anybody else? I feel like for most people, it's just like, you know, if you are stuck, if you haven't had a coach, if you haven't, you know, if you're just losing coaches. I mean, you guys discount coaches stay for a month, 2, 3 months, maybe. It's pretty sad and unfortunate, but that's a fact. So that's the reason we have to keep onboarding, especially if you're pushing for Diamond, because you're going to have people, you know, that sign up, they're all gung-ho, and then 2 months later they need to cancel their Shakeology because they don't have enough money. So just making sure you're talking to enough people, and I think that's where a lot of you are falling short, not to call you out or anything, but you're just not talking to enough people. You've still got that fear in the back of your mind of rejection or embarrassment or, you know, whatever it is. And you have to push through that and get over that. You have to. It's totally a numbers game.
And can I add to that?
Yeah.
I think that it's important to remember to talk to new people. Like I have kind of found myself doing that too, just because you get in a routine of talking to people and you have these people that you talk to. And then when I started Asana, I was making reminders for myself, but then I noticed that I was talking to the same people because those were the ones I was setting reminders for. So it's important to definitely talk to new people, not just the same 100 people over and over. Even if it is 100 people, you got to talk to new ones.
Yeah, so even in Asana, I have a tab next to like coach prospects and customers and stuff like that. I made a tab called new friends, right? So every time I add or accept someone, I go and, you know, message them that, hey, thanks for the ad, whatever, and then add them to Asana. That way I have their name. I can go in once a week and just interact on their page, and I'll put 2 likes, 2 comments. And that's usually unless, I mean, I've had some friends that I'm like, they just share a bunch of stuff, and so it's not really anything I can like super duper connect to or like or comment on a lot. But I try to do at least 2 likes and 2 comments on their page every single week. So, and then.
So when you are adding new friends, it's getting really dark, I'm driving. When you are adding new friends, do you track them when you click add friend, or do you track them when they actually accept your friend request? Because I mean, I add 50 people at a time, and then like they accept at random times. So how do you track that?
I go in once a week and I go to my profile, and then if you click my friends, you can click recently added. And so I go to the recently added, and I'll go through to the very bottom, and I literally go through and I kind of hover over it and click the message tab and see if I've already messaged them. If I haven't, then I send them a message. And I go all the way up my recently added. And do the whole thanks for the ad, yada, yada, yada. And then if I have friend requests, I just go in and I accept them all in one day. I don't add and do all that every single day. I usually just accept my friend requests about once a week so that I can actually sit down and message them at that time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I'm not getting a whole abundance of friend requests like you, Raina.
It's mostly coaches and men. I'm like,
yeah.
Usually nobody good, so that's okay. Like 1 in 10 are usually somebody that was actually referred to me or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I still go to the recently added, and I'll just send them the message and then add them to my contact list. And then, I go in once a week also, and I delete my pending friend requests. So I know that I tell you guys to do different, but I usually go in about once or twice a week, and I send like 10 to 15 friend requests. Okay. And so I go in once a week and I delete every pending friend request because I know they've been sitting there for a few days, meaning that person probably isn't on Facebook as much as I want them to be if I want them to be on my team. So I delete all my pending friend requests and then, go back in and send some more. So kind of helps keep you out of Facebook jail too.
So you don't resend friend requests to those same people?
No.
Okay.
I don't. Yeah. Somebody else might. I don't know. Nobody? I think I'm missing
I have a hard time with conversations and continuing them and time management with that, because I feel like I start a conversation.
You're cutting out. I'm sorry. I don't know who this is. Am I freezing or are they? Can you see my face? Am I frozen?
No.
Okay. I don't know who just talked, but maybe you can type it. Oh, is it Ashley? Okay. Ashley, can you type it and then we'll answer it live? You're freezing up. I'm going to go through the chat. So Gina said, ding, ding, ding. Right on point there. I'm trying to talk to more people, but I love liking and commenting on their posts to start a relationship there. Yeah, I think that's super important. It's just less tacky and salesy, I think, than just like randomly messaging somebody and doing the whole pitch. You know what I mean? This way you're kind of getting in a little bit less sleazy, if that makes sense. Cassandra said, my biggest struggle with the conversations is the conversation after someone says, I can't afford it or I don't have enough time. After that, I'm like, okay, it's fine, but that's the wrong way of going about it. I feel like after that conversation completely shuts down and it's a brick wall. So maybe Jen, Kate, Katie, Addie, maybe we can give some examples of what we would say when they
For me, those are the people that go into a 30-day trial period. For the people that can't afford it, you get them signed up with the 30-day trial, and honestly, they get hooked. And I put them in my wellness group for 30 days, and then they see all the posts about Shakeology, and they see the posts about people losing weight and how they really love Shakeology, and then they buy Shakeology. And if you have to invest 15, 20, even 29 days in these people to get them to see the value in it, that's your job.
Yeah. Now, do you only let them do one group?
My wellness group is like ongoing. So as long as they buy something, then I just keep them in there.
Yeah, for me, it's hard because when I offer something for free, that's all they want is free. That's just my demographic, because my demographic is broke. And they're like, I want anything for free. So I have to set a standard, which I've done from day one of, you know, if you can't afford it, great. I'm going to keep them on my follow-up list. There's somebody that I follow up with at least once a month. But I make them save up for that challenge pack and just try to show them the value of the challenge pack itself. But I like the idea of getting them into a free group if that's something some of you want to try. I just don't have a good experience doing the whole free stuff, you know. But I know it's different for everybody. I know a lot of coaches do free groups.
Kate, when you do those 30-day trials, are these people, for the most part, interacting with you? Because I know that you've told me that you set up like workout plans for them and you send them stuff. And
for me, it's a one-on-one thing. I don't like email them a calendar. It's, hey, you're going to start out with Turbo Fire, the 20-minute HIIT workout. Message me as soon as you're done with it. Okay, they message me and they're like, oh my God, that killed me. I'm like, okay, would you like a lower impact workout for tomorrow? Or what do you have on tap? And so then I'll go 10-minute trainer on them. And then the next one, I'll go like so every single workout, they're checking in with me and telling me what they felt. And on the 6th day, I'll give them a rest because who doesn't
everybody
want to
likes
rest? A rest. So that's how I do it. And that way I build a relationship with them, because if they're checking in with me every single day that they're doing these workouts, they really do want to make a change. And that is, I can help them do that with that 30-day trial. So it's really a one-on-one thing. I add them into the wellness group so they can see that it's not just me, that there's a whole community of us doing it as well.
And then before you send them that first workout, did you ask them what kind of workouts or whatnot, or did you just pick and say, I think this person's this?
I gave them the hardest workout that I possibly could, and I hope that they like sprained a hamstring. No, of course I asked them that. Like, of course.
I just don't know like where to go with that conversation, because I just haven't done a lot of those workouts. So I guess I need to get on demand.
There you go.
Get going.
Or
You
can
just
ask
try to
me.
kill them?
Yeah.
All right.
Jen, Addie, Katie, you guys understand?
You know, I had a coach, and I sometimes do this too, that had this same problem that was like, I can't afford it. I don't even know where to go with this. She was total Pearl personality and was just like, when they would say, I don't have time or I can't afford it, you know, it would just melt her heart. And she'd just be like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Let me give you money, you know? And so I actually started sending people to the Luxe, to those conversation objection photos that you put in there.
Yeah.
And she's like,
You've all seen those?
well, one, they're freaking awesome. And two, they work almost every single time. So if you really get stuck, go and copy and paste Raina's words. I mean, if you are like, crap, I have no idea what to do with these people, copy and paste your words, because I guarantee people are going to be like, huh, yeah, okay. Like the night that I did that with my coach, Rachel, she had a sale like immediately. Raina's words, boom, done.
Common objections. I hope you guys have, gosh, this is like a hidden little area. So I hope you guys have seen all this. Like, look, engaging post-workout, nutrition, clean eating, Shakeology, challenge group invitations, team transformations, income inspiration, coach opportunity, business cards, event scripting, personal development, share your story, look the part. Oh my gosh, like so much stuff. Okay, and here's common objections. So if you click on each of these pictures, like I don't think I have time to commit. There's a little script right next to it in the description that'll tell you.
Did she really freeze that time?
I think she really froze that.
If you click on those, it's going to pull it up like a picture, and it's going to have words next to it. And like, I know the one.
Gosh, I keep freezing.
You could say, you know, based on like how long it is, or, you know, different objections. So it's not just like a one-shot thing. You can pick and choose. And while we're looking at this.
Am I frozen still?
You're better now.
Okay.
While we're looking at this, I'm going to just clap on Raina a little bit, because as I've grown as a coach, I have met people on other teams, like big teams and cool teams and teams that you would think, oh my gosh, what an awesome team. No. The Luxe is where it's at, people, because Raina Odell gives us so much training and resources and stuff that nobody else has access to. Like, she does so much for us. Like this training group and all of the stuff that's in the Luxe, we are spoiled, rotten babies, and we all need to appreciate that fact, just so you know. Be prepared for that to maybe be my tough love for tomorrow, because we have a really special situation and we need to use all of these things in an appreciative fashion.
I appreciate you saying that.
It's the truth.
Yeah. Well, okay, so if you do, I don't know where I froze, but when you click on these pictures, over here in the description, it'll tell you like literally copy and paste quotes that you can use for when people, you know, use these objections right here. I hope you guys can all see that. So, you know, I already have a protein shake I like. I don't want to be a salesperson. Can I do this while I'm pregnant? That seems too expensive. Yada, yada, yada. I mean, all the objections that we hear all the time. So.
Ashley posted her question in the chat, and it was time management with conversations. And I think you do the best that you possibly can. I know that there are some days that my husband's like, if that phone goes off one more time, like, we're going to have problems. And those are the days where I just message really quick and say, hey, you know, I've got a lot going on today. Can we schedule a time later this week so that we can sit down and chat? Or I move them over to the phone, because those conversations go usually a little bit quicker. So it just kind of depends on your day. But if you just keep the conversation going, like, it really doesn't, to me, I don't think it matters how long it takes if the conversation's headed in the right direction. Yes, I call them on the phone.
Heck
no. And Raina's like, no, that's awful.
No, I just don't have the personality to do that. I do not at all. But I think it's hard. And I think each of us are going to have different ways that we do it and like different ways that we manage our time. Like literally, you know, I posted that on, what day did we have our date night? Was it Friday night? So after we had that conversation, Brett like pulled in the reins and was like, all right, Raina's going to have a schedule now. And like, we like set stuff in stone. So I think you kind of have to just find out your schedule and when you're going to work. Addie, you can touch on this too. But But like for me, I'm working, you know, from 10 to 2 and I'm messaging in between those times as I'm doing other stuff, which I probably shouldn't. I should just do messages at once. But that way, you know, I send the message, and if they don't, you know, if they respond to me immediately, I might not get back to them until that night or the next day at 10 to 2 whenever I do messages again. I feel like a lot of coaches feel like they have to send a message and then wait and respond as soon as the message is received, or, you know what I mean, and keep that conversation going, but you don't. Like, they're not going to go anywhere. Their conversation's going to be right there whenever you get to it later that day, or, you know, whenever your schedule allows. But I mean, my conversations sometimes last weeks, you know, that, I mean, it's just super important for you to have, you know, that many more conversations and more people in your little funnel so that you are able to hit Success Club if, you know, a conversation lasts weeks. You have multiple conversations going. Yeah, Addie, did you want to say anything on that?
You want me to talk about my meltdown?
Yes.
Never mind, not Addie. Just kidding. No,
no, like, it's really a big deal because I am the type of person that is like all in all the time. Like, if someone has a conversation with me, I don't care if they're a challenger or if it's Olga or if it's Raina or if it's a new customer, I'm like talking to them. And one day last week I messaged Raina, and she doesn't know that I was standing at my kitchen counter bawling my face off when I was messaging her, because I was like having this terrible moment where my kids got off the bus and I'd worked all afternoon and I felt like I was like in the zone, you know, you get in the zone. And Eliza's like, Mom, can you watch me pitch? Mom, can you watch me pitch? And Scarlett wanted me to do something, and I don't know what Linus threw 3 rolls of toilet paper in the toilet. And all of a sudden I look at the clock and it's 6:30 and I haven't even gotten up to fix supper. And I was like, I'm the worst mother in the whole world. And so you have to. Kate was like, your phone's going in jail. Don't talk to me again until after the kids are. So, you know, you've got to set boundaries or you're going to make yourself a crazy person, because I've been there multiple times. So set some boundaries and stick to them. It's okay.
Yeah, and there's a lot of times when I let messages sit in my inbox all weekend, and then I'll come back on Monday and be like, hey, sorry, I tried to disconnect for, you know, family time on the weekend. And they're like, oh my gosh, I totally understand. Like, you know, people get it. People get that you're busy, and they're going to respect you more for the fact that they can only get a hold of you when you're working, because it is, you know, a perk of this business. We can work when we want to, you know, so use that. Jen, Katie, you guys are quiet. Nothing to say?
No, I agree with what you said. Plus, you don't want to always be available, because then if you're looking at a coaching prospect, they think they have to be on 24/7 too, and that might turn them off.
Yeah, this is true.
Yep.
Anybody else? Kate, what do we want to do? Jen, you guys have anything you want to touch on? I don't know.
We just really wanted to help you guys with conversations tonight, or what you were struggling with. So you guys got to help us out. If you need help, you got to let us know so we can help you.
I have something.
Who's that? Ashley.
Sometimes I feel like a broken record when I'm asking people, because I'll create an event for a challenge group and they'll say yes or maybe. So then I'll message them, and then they'll go on my list for a follow-up. I'll message them again towards like the middle of the month, and they'll do nothing, no response. So then the next month I'll message them and be like, hey, I have another challenge group. And then I realize I'm just messaging them about challenge groups and I'm just a broken record. But they obviously showed they were kind of interested by hitting yes or maybe. So I don't know where to go from there with that type of conversation.
Did you watch the Scotty Hobbs video that I posted about inviting?
Yes.
Okay, what does Scotty Hobbs do with people that are on his list? Does he just message them about challenge groups, or does he send them personal development videos?
Well, I know he was saying to get personal with all of his stuff. He said to be serious and personal with them.
Right. So get serious and personal. So in between those reminders of your challenge group starting, like, ask them a question. If they don't respond, they don't respond. But at least you're throwing in there another message that doesn't have anything to do with your challenge group, that has more to do with you as a person and them as a person than what you can do for your group.
Okay, and I have done things simple things just of how have you been lately. and no response, and it's going on like 4 or 5 months of them no responding. Do I keep messaging them 5 months later with nothing, no response from them?
I would put them on your list I wouldn't put them on your like repetitive monthly list. I would put them on your list like I have of the new friends where you just comment on their stuff. I would just engage with them on their timeline.
Okay.
Yeah, I would just do that. I mean, because if something's not working, if they're clearly not responding, that's the issue. So a lot of people don't even have Messenger, okay? So a lot of people don't even get on Facebook to check coffee baby, which is a huge reason why I've started to like bring people to Gmail. You know, people are going to check their email. A lot of people are going to check their email faster than they're going to check their Facebook Messenger because not everybody's on Facebook like we are. So any opportunity you guys have to say, hey, shoot me your email so I can, you know, keep you updated with new sales or, you know, whatnot. I would do that and make sure you keep your customers' email in Asana with it. Hope that helps.
Yeah, make sure you're always filling your funnel too, so you don't get hooked up on the ones that keep saying no or not responding.
I have a ton that I'm like sending the 4th and 5th message to. That 4th and 5th, you know, do you want me to take you off my contact list? And then I do. But it happens. I mean, there's going to be that every single month. You should have a ton of them every single month because you're talking to that many people. So it's not a bad thing. You can't view the objections and the no's and the not right nows and I can't afford it. You can't view those as bad things. You have to view them as, you know, opportunities to stay in touch with people and keep encouraging them because your goal is to get them in a challenge group. And even though now is not the right time, you know, a month from now, 2 months from now, a year from now, I literally just got a message, what was it, Saturday, that said, I followed up with somebody probably literally for like the 8th or 9th time. Yeah, and she said, LOL, I followed you for 3 years, now I guess it's time to jump in. And I was like, I looked at Brett and I showed him and he was like, that's so crazy. And I'm like, I know, it's just, but I've stayed on them and I've been consistent and followed up with them and kept engaging with them for that long. And I, you know, obviously kept posting and things like that. So that makes a huge difference. You know, you have to just keep in touch with them. Katie, I'm going to need you to say something.
Something I've been doing lately is when I first start talking to people, I've been trying to ask them, like, what's the best way for me to reach you or what's the best place for you to talk? Honestly, I've been meeting people for like a glass of wine and I've been doing Zoom chats. I've been calling people, all the people that take the time to meet me in person, literally it's probably 90% of them end up in a purchase. But whether it's text, whether they want a one-on-one so they actually see my face and have that connection with me as a person, I've been trying to find the best way to reach people. But if I get to that point where I'm having like, 4 or 5 months in that this person's just no longer responding to my messages, I don't take them off my list, but I quit with the monthly. I'm going to drop it down to like basically quarterly, like every 3 months. But in the meantime, I spend time I still make sure I like and comment on their page. It's not like a weekly thing, but I make sure I go out of my way every month to have some sort of contact with them. And I try to keep it on more of just a relationship building level. So that way they don't feel like they're only worth my time if they're purchasing a challenge bag. And I found that the relationships I'm building through likes and comments are turning out to be the people who I end up having the best relationships with and who actually move forward into, becoming future clients.
I love that. 90% of my combos are no response. Yeah, I mean, 1 out of 10, right? That's usually the ratio. So if you're talking to 10 people and one's responding, talk to 20, talk to 30, talk to 40, talk to 50 people to get more conversations going. You just have to increase your numbers. If you guys are talking to 10 people a day and that's the issue that is not allowing you to sign more coaches or more challengers or it's not growing you in SC, that's like a red flag, like talk to more people. 10 is not enough, especially as a diamond coach. That's, the benefit of adding new people to your network, adding those friends, starting those conversations with the new friends, putting them on your list and start interacting with them. It's a full-time job. guys. It does take, as a diamond, more than 30 to 60 minutes a day. Surprise. You might have to do 2 power hours, or, you know, stay up a little later, wake up a little earlier, or work during lunch. I mean, with Asana on my phone, I can literally just like copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy, paste. And then I copied the Power of 3 scripting. I copied that in my notes on my phone. So I can literally just do it all while we're on the go, or you can do it at lunch, or, you know, on your breaks and things like that. And you just kind of have to fit it in where you can, because you guys have got to up your numbers. I know it's scary and it's probably the hardest part, but you have to do it or you will forever be like this, and then you're going to start to slowly go like this. And then you're going to be done. And then there's no recovering you, because you've lost all momentum and all excitement that you had. So now you have to decide to increase. Yeah, use the scripting. Oh my gosh, Cassandra, send me your conversations now or I'm going to scream. If you are having 90% no's, send your conversations to your upline. And that's an order. I say that all the time. I'm like, send me your convos and I'd love to help. And I have like crickets. Like, no one wants to send me conversations. Send me conversations. Send them.
I send you conversations.
Yeah, I still get conversations. I mean, for Star Diamonds, I'm like, just like, what do I say to this? I'm like, you know, message your coach and let them help. That's what we're here for. Okay. Aubrey says she thinks one of her struggles is, I say the whole, hey girl, thanks for the ad on Facebook. We had mutual friends suggest to add you. Figure why not have too many friends? The reply is 1 to 2 word answers. How do I keep the combo going? I let them sit at 1 to 2 word answers, and I try to ask questions. If it doesn't go anywhere, they're on my new friends list, and I'm interacting with them on their Facebook page. You don't have to like turn the 10 friend requests a day into a Beachbody sale immediately. That's tacky and salesy, and it's gonna bite you in the butt every single time because it's not gonna work. So, I mean, that's why we add these people every single day. That's why we start these conversations every single day. We interact with them every single week, and we're constantly that funnel, guys. You have to keep that funnel like overflowing and full, or you will dry out. You're not going to have enough people if you don't continually add and start talking to people. Just a huge must. What about conversations? Does anybody have any conversations that they're stuck on or need help with? You guys have those objections now. Lord help me, I hope you're all using the 3 vital, or the 3s scripting. Lord help me. You better be using it. That is a plethora of information that you need. Okay, so we've got the objections and Luxe and the files. I plan on moving all those and like the scripts and all that stuff to the team website, because obviously nobody knows that we have photo albums. But there's like ways to expand your network. You know, I mean, just a ton of information in those files. I hope you guys take a second and go in there. Yeah.
So I have a question as an Emerald, and I'm sorry, I keep popping up. So I need facts and figures, and I got from my Kate. She's not my Kate. She's my Kate. I got from my coach that, you know, I was asking her the same thing. I don't think I'm talking to many people, and this was a while back. How many no's, you know, how many no's are you looking for then? Like how many people? And she said, I aim for 50 no's. I'm like, oh, wow. So I really know I'm not talking to enough people. So I guess from you and Addie and Katie and Jen, like you talk about your power hours and whatnot, but like how many conversations are you actually having in a day?
I literally don't even track all my conversations. I know that when I can't keep up, that's enough.
Okay.
You know what I mean? If I'm drowning in conversations, I know I'm doing my best.
That's good.
You know, but there is a file. If you go into Luxe, in the files, there is that 50 no's challenge. So if somebody needs that, if you guys need the whole like organizational like document of everything, there's a 50 no's challenge in there. You can write down the names and mark it every time you have 50 no's. If you haven't read that book, Go for No, I would, because that's a really good book. Kind of helps you accept and understand the fact that no's are a part of this business and any network marketing business. And, you know, the more no's you have, it means you're talking to enough people, and it's a good thing. But yeah, I honestly, and I've never, this is so bad. I've never been a coach to like fill out a bat. I've never been one to like successfully track everything that I'm doing. I just know in my head, I'm like, okay, I'm going to sit down, I'm going to talk to this many people, or, I'm going to clean up my inbox, or I'm going to do X, Y, Z, and it's going to be enough because I'm getting the results that I want. You know what I mean? But if you are somebody that needs that facts and figures in the organization and things like that, then do the 50 no's. See where that gets you. And if it doesn't grow you at the pace you need to be growing, do it 100. You know what I mean?
Okay. Oh, I found it. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So
Oh.
I wanted to make
Oh, who is that? What was that? Nobody's talking.
No, that was me. I hit on the video and it started talking. That was Amy Silverman on our call.
It's like, I swear someone started something. Anybody else? Guys, come on, talk. Say something. Clearly, if you guys aren't moving forward, something's wrong. So I want you guys to literally talk and you have the 5 of us here, ready to answer questions and give you information and just unload to you. So I want you guys to ask questions and tell us where you're struggling and where you need more help and things like that. Don't be embarrassed.
I have had 2 people that have been interested in coaching, but it's more of they're worried about the time issue, and I have a hard time explaining to them, I guess, how it all works and not to scare them, I guess, on time.
Did you see the time objection?
No, I have a hard time getting in all that stuff because I don't have a computer yet. So.
Okay, you should be able to get it from your phone. I know a lot of people don't know how to get it from your phone. Maybe I can do a tutorial on that. But you can view it from your phone. But the time, I don't think I have the time to commit. Okay. So normally for me, I'm before all that, I usually ask, what do you do? Do you work at home? Do you work outside the home? What's your job? Yada, yada, yada. A common thing I ask is if they have, an hour a day to devote to work the business. And most of the time people say yes, right? Because it's just an hour a day. Some people don't realize as a new coach starting out, that's all you really do need to commit to. I'm pretty sure it works, about an hour a day as a new coach myself. But one of the objection listed on here is kind of weird, but whatever. I think I copied this from somebody else. It says, I hear ya, but you know what? I love busy people just because they know how to prioritize their time and get things done. But for real, this business is about freedom. That means in the way of time and money. If you could design your life to your liking, would your plate be a little more clear? What would you eliminate? Just trying to brainstorm with them, saying, okay, what are you doing right now? Are you spending 4 hours at night watching TV? Maybe you could devote an hour of that to working the business and you have plenty of time. But I usually explain that to me, or for me as a new coach and most of my new coaches, I just suggest an hour a day. And most people have time for that. They just don't, realize. They see, me and Addie and everybody else online all day. We're online all day and doing nothing else. But that's not, what we do. Maybe Addie does sometimes, but you know what I mean though?
Yeah.
I just share what I know. All these objections, you literally just share what you know. There's no scripted, perfect answer. When people say, what do you do as a coach? What do you do as a coach? We run accountability groups. We're into health and fitness. We work on our journey and we share it publicly. That's it, and then ask a question. So I think people overthink conversations too much. They think that they have to have this perfect answer and they need to know everything and all the policy and procedures and all this information to have a perfect conversation, but there's no such thing as a perfect conversation. Act like you're talking to your best friend, who's interested in doing this, and they're okay, I don't think I have the time to commit. And I say, hey, girl, it's only 30 to 60 minutes a day. You have time for that. Be honest and blunt with them, and especially if you already know them. You know what I mean? You can kind of be like that and say that. But yeah, because have them sign up and all they have to do is follow that power hour as a new coach. If they have more time to commit to it, perfect. If not, perfect. You know what I mean? Anybody else?
I do the same thing. I always, when I talk to people like you do, I dive in and make sure I find out a lot about their lifestyle and the way they're spending their time. And I let them know that they will need that hour of day in the beginning. And I maybe I should be more cautious, maybe not, but I don't ever be cautious about the time, like worry about overwhelming them or making them feel like they can't do it. Because honestly, if I'm going to sugarcoat it, they're just going to be upset later when they find out that they actually have to put some time and effort into this. So I tell them about the hour a day, but then I let them know, you know, further down the road, if you really want this to be a business and if you'd like to build a team, then you will have to dedicate what you would like to get back. And I let them know that this is a business of getting back exactly what you put in, and that is in your hands. And I feel like that makes them feel comfortable that, okay, well, you know, if I want this to be part-time, then I'll do an hour a day. If I'd like this to be full-time, I'll put in 5 hours if I have the time. And I kind of put it in their hands. And I'm like, it's up to you, but you do need at least an hour.
Yeah. Yeah. What do you normally say, Shandy, when they ask that?
I've gotten, well, they're just not sure. And it's not the right time, the two people I've talked to. And the other girl that's like super into fitness, and she hasn't even used any Beachbody products, but she was interested a little bit, but I even met with her in person, and I was trying to get the conversation going, but she was just kind of non-responsive, and it was a little awkward at some point, but I just didn't know how she really felt about it. And then she asked me to send her just some information of what I do and everything. So, I mean, I kind of gave her like a daily schedule of kind of what I do with my posts and everything. And she posts all the time about fitness, so it's nothing that she needs to add there. But she just hasn't responded back with the 3 messages I've sent her, with just little stuff about it.
I would send your conversation to your upline. Who are you under?
Kate.
Okay. Yeah. I would send her some conversations and let her tweak. Because even if you can't recover this one, even if she's gone, because honestly, this sucks to say, but fitness people, Jen can attest to this, are pretty like stubborn, and it's hard to get through with them because especially like, you know, they're like CrossFit, like we can't do Beachbody because that's stupid at home workout programs. Like that's their mindset. So they're a little hard to break into. But at least going forward, maybe Kate can give you some ideas on what to say different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which will help.
All right.
Yeah. Marissa says, so many people say they want to commit to coaching and challenge groups. I usually have everyone sign up as a discount coach. Then I send them the link and they don't sign up. I try to follow up 9 to 10 times and they ignore me. I just don't know how to follow the advice you get more. Okay. So I literally follow my power of 3 scripting to a T. Okay. To a T. Every single conversation. So my first message, you know, I sent them the link to sign up and they didn't get set up, I usually have them, I follow up with them the very next day. So if I send a link on Sunday, I put it in Asana to follow up with them on Monday. And I'll say, hey girl, did you get set up? Even though I know they didn't, I still send that. Okay. And they say, you know, no, I got distracted or whatever. They don't respond. Okay. So after I send them that message, I put it in for 2 days later to follow up. And I say, hey girl, I didn't know, or I don't think we got you set up a couple days ago. Were you still interested in getting set up? They don't respond. I message them a week later, and then I use the power of 3 scripting, where I'm literally just saying in like a new invite, like, hey, I have another group starting up. I'd love to get you set up. Are you interested? Yada, 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 something like that, right? And then I'm following the power of 3s is exactly how I have it lined up, right? The 3 days after the invite, I follow up. The week after that, the 2 weeks after that, and then do you want me to take you off my contact list? I'm not like bam, 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 9 to 10 times just messaging people. You have to eventually use that line of, do you want me to take you off my contact list? 9 out of 10 times when I send that, people are like, no, don't take me off your contact list. I'm not ready yet. You know, they give an explanation and they usually respond. So I encourage you to try to use that scripting and follow it. But sometimes people just aren't going to respond, right? We have to let them go, put them on your new friends list, and just interact with them every single week. But don't let yourself get caught up in that one person who you can't get a hold of, right? Or the 2 people, or the 5 people, or the 10 people. You should have 10s of 20s of 30s of those people, of conversations going, okay? Don't get caught up on the one person, or the 2 people, or the 3 people. Anybody else want to add to that, or have a different opinion? No? Kate wants to talk. No? Okay, we'll let somebody else answer. I think of things that I struggle with to throw out here, but they have all been covered in the group at one point or another. You covered it. I just need to do it. While I'm learning the biz side, she's been a coach for 3 months. You've done amazing, girl. I can't tell you enough. I don't feel like I would be a strong upline coach to mold them properly. You don't have to be a strong upline coach, okay? So your approach with this business as a 3-month-old coach would be, join me and we'll do this together, right? It's not your job. You're not the, I don't know everything. I don't know everything. But you're not, right, in a place 3 months in to be like, I know everything about coaching. I'm going to train you. You can act like you do, right? Because you are going to be a diamond coach and a star diamond coach, and you will develop into this leader of, many people. So you can send that new coach email. It's already written up for you, right? All you got to do is copy and paste and send it. Hey, girl, here's your training. Go ahead and get started. You can literally mimic everything I do, right? They don't know any different, right? You could have hundreds of people underneath you. They have no idea. You could be a leader. They have no idea, right? You can be whoever you want to be with this business through social media, okay? So I send that email. I'm going to choke to death. I send that email. I'm going to choke to death. Hold on. I swear. Did you guys see my water bottle?
Oh, it's perfect.
Isn't that awesome? So we send them the email, right? They're going through the email themselves. Then they're going to the website. They've got all the training there. There's nothing else you have to do straight out of the gate, right? When they message you and they're like, what do I do now? Let's start a challenge group. You just tell them exactly what you've done. That's all you have to do is teach duplication. That's it. You don't have to be a wealth of knowledge. You don't have to, hit Success Club 35 every single month. You just have to teach them to do what you do, and that's it. So have more confidence. Okay? Your son's behind you. Okay. Amanda Faye says, do you wait to invite someone after some conversation or wait a few days to invite? Anybody else want to touch on that?
I just think that's personal preference to kind of how the conversation started. On Instagram, I think I invite sooner than I do on Facebook for some reason, because I feel like I don't really know the people that well on Instagram. And so I just casually kind of ask them if they're a coach too. But on Facebook, I feel like I build relationships better before I invite to anything.
Yeah, I'm always forming before inviting, unless they're like Shandy's person who's like fitness crazy all over the place. And I'd be like, hey girl, you need to be a coach. You know what I mean? I would say something like that. Otherwise, and if they don't really give me a reason to invite them or, prompt me to say something, then it's just forming the crap out of them until they, reach out or say something that would make me think that they would need a challenge group or want to be a coach. Don't try to rush it. When you rush it, that's when you're going to hear the objection and people aren't even going to know what they're objecting to, right? Because you haven't formed them and they don't know really what you're doing. You have to take your conversation slow. I know sometimes we want to have the conversation and get it all done and then have 8 Success Club points because we talked to 4 people, right? But sometimes it takes all month. Sometimes it takes 2 months for a person to close. So we have to just remember to take our time with those conversations and just have more of them versus speeding them up. Oh. Anybody else? Katie, anything you want to add?
No, I do about the same thing. So, I spend a lot of my time forming. I think that my likes and my comments are really the biggest place that I build relationships. Most of my invites, I try to do this every single day. As I'm scrolling through my newsfeed, anytime I see somebody post anything fitness, health related, anything that would spur me a reason to invite them, I take that opportunity. If I see someone that's been posting tons of really awesome motivational quotes. I'm going to go and tell them that they would make an amazing coach and invite them to the opportunity. If I see someone post this banging delicious meal, I'm going to message them and say that their food looks amazing. And, you know, are you following the meal plan? I have this awesome challenge group coming up and we have a super, you know, awesome meal plan for it. But like if I see gym selfies, I'm going to ask them what their routine is and do the same thing like with the meal person to let them know that I have a challenge group coming up and invite them. I don't do cold invites. I actually tried it for a month and it was the most miserable month of my life and I felt disgusting and salesy and it went awful. So I don't suggest doing that. And now I just spend all my time forming, like low key, low pressure, no stress, like and comment forming.
Yeah. Does that scare anybody? The whole reaching out to people saying, hey, you know, that scare people?
Yeah.
I know it does. You don't even have to show me your fingers. I know it does. I know it scares all of you.
It used to scare me, and I'll just go put it out there and say that I have never once in my life ever had someone say, who are you? Why are you contacting me? Why would you ask me to become a coach? Stop talking to me or block me. Like it has never once happened. Every single person that I've ever invited to an opportunity has either been very interested, very flattered, or very politely said, I'm already doing this routine and I really love it. If I'm interested, I'll check back in with you. Like nobody has ever been rude to me ever. And I used to be extremely scared and it took just me buckling down, closing my eyes, hitting send, and just like Xing out. So I couldn't even see if they were like checking the message or typing back to me. I had to just send it, do it. But after a week of sending those, like the fear was literally gone. You just have to do it once to, you know, get over that fear.
Those of you who are getting blocked, you have to make sure you slow down. Like I'll send, again, like I usually do them in one day and I usually do like 10 to 15 at a time. So if it takes 2-3 days, then I just do that. But just like the messages, especially if it's a lot of copy paste, Facebook will slow you down. So you got to kind of do that in moderation or send some new messages and kind of mix it up a little bit. Been there, that sucks. Kylie, do you have a question? Hold on, don't touch anything. Okay.
Learn my lesson. But no, I kind of want to build on, like, I know with Instagram, like Jen said, I've said this before, but it is harder at first because you don't know anybody. It's all cold. It's all building relationships. But doing that has made me a lot braver with inviting because you don't know those people, there's no fear for me. I'm just like, who cares if you don't like me? I don't know you. Yeah. So like I invite like crazy on Instagram and I've actually made really good friends and I've crossed them over into my Facebook world. And so I form just the same on Instagram, but I'm a lot more likely to cold invite on Instagram because I don't know those people. And of course I scope them. If they're a coach, I'm looking for Shaco pictures. I'm doing all of that. Yeah. But I've had more luck, I think, with finding fitness related kind of people. Whereas on Facebook, it's like my audience is it gets more stale faster. So, I mean, I would suggest if you've got any fear about cold invites or even inviting in general, hit up Instagram and just invite a bunch of people. And yeah, like Katie said, I've never once gotten a message that was like, shut up. Yeah. That's never happened.
That's the mindset I want you guys to have, that I don't know you, I don't care. Like that mindset is so important. It really is. And I know that a lot of people hear that and they're like, oh, I could never be like that. But you can. I used to be the exact same way. It was weird for me. I didn't want to talk to all these people, but you have to at one point just kind of close your eyes and do it anyway, knowing that it's going to move your business forward. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like how bad do you want it? That's kind of what you have to remind yourself every single day. And they're not going to be like, oh my gosh, this Raina person, they're not going to like blast you on Facebook saying, nobody talked to her, she's weird, like she's having people, like, it's not going to happen, right? If they don't know you, they're most likely just not going to respond and there's no skin off your ass. So it's, you know what I mean? Just kind of put those blinders on. Put those blinders on. Come here. Walter just had a bat. Come here. Come here. You say hi? Look.
So fluffy.
I know. Brett just kidding. He gets so dirty so easy. He drinks and then his chin is like yellow, and I'm like, oh, it's so weird. He's like the grossest dog ever. Anybody else? I know we went over an hour. I hope it helped. I hope you at least heard something that, you know, you were able to take away. Again, I'm telling you this now, and if I don't have conversations and the other leaders don't have conversations from some of you, I'm going to scream on Facebook, through Facebook. Send your conversations to us. If you have objections and you're stuck, or you're like, WWRD, what would Raina do? Message me, and message Kate and Addie and Katie and Jen and all of us, and just, you know, get help and ask, you know, what would you say in this situation? Honestly, every single one of us would probably respond exactly what you're going to say, and then you can copy and paste it. That's what I normally do. I'm like, say this exactly, nothing else. Don't change it.
Well, that's what I do too.
Yeah.
I love getting combos. Like, I feel so confident with it. Like, it's my favorite. I'm like, please send me conversations. Like, I get so excited being able to be like a part of the process, and I love it.
I know. I'm the same exact way. And you know what? Nine times out of 10 people send them, and then, you know, we'll give our examples, and they're like, oh, that's so simple. And I'm like, yeah, it is. Like, it's so simple. Stop word vomiting. Like, I think a lot of people just, again, think too much into it, and they just want to, like, you know, it's different. Like, talking on the phone and being on Facebook, you can't, like, give all the information up front like you can when you're on the phone. And a lot of people try to do it like you're on the phone and give them all the information that they want. And then they're like, $160 for what? Like, it's not really benefiting me because I don't know what you're talking about, and it's, you know, you're not forming them, and it's just different. So make sure you slow down on the conversations, form first and foremost, and then let us help, okay? And then we all nodded. Yes. All right. Anybody else want to add anything before we go? Kate?
I'm working. I'm listening, but I'm working.
Forming.
Yes. Yep.
Okay. Well,
So,
it's like, what time is it? 7, 8, 9, and 10? Yeah, you guys should be like working right now. So I'll let you go. Go do a power hour while your kids are in bed, all right?
okay.
All right, I will post the recording in the Little Diamond event. So make sure your coaches see it. If you're friends with somebody in the group, make sure they get on, okay? All right, have a great night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.